Good evening. So, I am tempted to have a go at that board and figuring things out, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do, I do want to try, not that, one drive is not the end of the world, but I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get this drive out. See, this is the drive from the 500 that made horrible noises. And it is encased in its metal sort of safety zone here. But I don't see any anything holding it in. So I want to get it out. I do. But I'm not sure. I see these two little places that I could, maybe I just have to pry it. I really don't want to do that. But maybe. That's it. There are these two itty-bitty things right here, these indents. And there are things that line up with them. But there must be, like I don't, wait. On the very top. Right there. Tiny little screw. It may be too tiny. I think it's a Phillips, but I have a feeling I got it in the bin. Imagine. So, tiny screw. Okay, so we got the tiny screw out. Now what? Oh!
That was easy.
Okay, look at that. Here is the inside of a disk drive from an Amiga 500. Let me just a second here. I can do better. Yes, I can. Look there. Ooh. That's the bottom. That's the top. And the idea in getting it out of there was really to try and figure out if I could clean the heads. That's really all I wanted to do, because I could be all this wrong. So, can I? And where are they? Well, I'm tempted to think that, as it's a dual-sided drive, that one of the heads, this may not be earth-shattering, one of them is probably on the top, one of them is probably on the bottom. Okay, so it is not that easy to see what is in here. Let me take that same light and see what I can see. See, on the top, oh boy. See, there's this plastic thing. And it, of course, holds the disc in. And do I really want to you know, undo it, take it off. Not really. Because, you know, some of these things, sure, everything goes back together, but does it? There does seem to be one critical screw. There it does. It looks like it might let me slip this whole assembly out of the way. I don't think so. I see the little ribbon cables that lead to the heads. Right, maybe if I take my flashlight and get it just so. Is it on? No, it's not on. See, I know on the other drives how this is done and where I've got to get things just right. So in, and I think I can see the head there, and that would mean the upper one is above it. Of course, it could also be alignment. Well, if this is a time to be daring, I will be daring. I will take a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol compound, which I will set very carefully out of harm's way. And I will tip the bottle over, and I will very carefully swab this, or get this all swabbed. And then I will stick this in to where what I was just looking at, I believe to be the lower head. And I will rub and twirl and go back and forth. I shall. And do I see any dirt on the Q-tip? No. Did I expect to? No. And now I will take the other end of the Q-tip. I'll put it in the alcohol. I'll put the bottle down ever so gently. And I'll have a go at the area I believe to be the upper head, which is pretty much lined up with the lower head, and I will rub back and forth, and I will twirl. If I was braver, I would try and pry this up a bit, but I really don't want to, you know, make anything worse. Now, is this really going to help? Well, it can't hurt. The drive is screwed. You heard it. It did not want to read, even though the discs were distant. Oh, I see a little dirt on there. Yeah, let's rub it on there. Okay. Whoa. So now we'll put the lid on the rubbing alcohol. Put it carefully back. There. So here we have the drive. I believe, well, that's the top of the upper head. The other one is underneath it. There's the stepper motor. There's all the circuitry. So now, as I say, is this going to make any difference? Probably not. But, as a fellow I knew years ago, he was involved in T-Plug and the transactor, said on many occasions, you never know, you know. So, now, I certainly don't want to hurt the drive mechanism. So, I am going to do something. I am going to take this, the trapdoor, it fits nicely there. I'm going to turn this upside down for the moment. No, maybe I'm not. I'm going to put it the right way. So there's absolutely no doubt that I have put the cable in the correct configuration. And oh yeah, I see the little prongs on this drive are a little upset. But I'm in. So I'm going to set that there for a second. That should do no harm there. And I'm going to turn this on. Then I'm going to lift the drive into the air. Okay, so the drive is making noises, and the stepper motor is seeking. Well, I think the disc, maybe I'm after, is down below. So, I think if I leave this sitting, it actually might be trying to spin on the plastic. I don't want that. So, I'm going to put this in. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that sounds much the same. Yeah, that sounds... Uh-oh, what's wrong? And now, something is not happy with me. Because it doesn't want me to take the disc out. What the hell? Alright, what have I done? What have I done? Alright, is it something the way I'm holding it? What's going on here? Oh my god. What? Oh, okay. Okay, came out. Just for fun, I'll put it back in. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Alright. Shut down. So, despite our best efforts to clean this drive, or the heads, which I think I did, but you never know, you know. So, I will carefully put that back in, take that away, turn that on. Things are happening. The drive is making its appropriate noises. And I will put workbench in. So, I mean, how far do you go? How far do you go? I mean, the little drive head things, they're just little ribbon cable-y things. They seem to be in place. It could be alignment, it could be who knows what. Who knows? Well, for this moment, I'm going to set this right there. And this Amiga still works. I'm going to put those mounting things in there. And actually, I'm going to do something. I know the chips in here don't work, but the other things are all okay and good to save. So, yeah. So we're getting there. We are. I don't have time at this moment to embark upon further things, although there is one thing I could do. This is, I'm going to turn this off, this is a Supra, I'm assuming a 512K RAM expander. And how do I know it's a Supra? Because it says copyright 1987, Supra Corp, circuit side. Oh, that's handy. It has a battery in here. I'm sure the battery's dead, but it's not one of the killer batteries. It looks more like what you would find in a remote for your car. And as I have this right here, and right handy, and I guess I gotta go from the bottom, I guess. I did take this out of an Amiga 500, because they all seem to have some sort of expansion. So I'm gonna put this in. And I'm gonna turn it on. See what happens. What should happen is exactly what happened before. The machine should come alive. It will probably say battery backup clock not found, which of course makes sense because I'm sure this battery is dead. But then it should also, it should come up anytime now. Oh, no, it's telling me that it's Saturday, October the 7th, 1978 at 6:52. 51. So maybe the battery's okay. I don't know. I'll have to see about that. Anyway, it is coming up, and what it should tell me is that it has now more RAM. Now, being that I don't have the A520 installed, I may not be actually able to see. But it's a good sign that it is telling me that it supposedly has the battery backed up thing. And yeah, I cannot see what number is up there, so I'm going to try to pop this in here and pop this ever so gently in there. And indeed, it's in. And yeah, I now have a megabyte rather than half a megabyte. Woohoo! And that is what it's supposed to be. So, I think I'm going to take this out. You know, these things, all these connectors are great, but things, first of all, they're not covered in anything. Where the chips are in, they kind of bite your fingers. Okay, so that's working. Yay. I'll put that in here, so I know it's working. Now here, this is also made by Supra, circuit side. This too does the same thing, just uses more chips, because I guess that's what they had then. This one is copyright 1987. Imagine. It too has a battery that is supposedly a good sort of non-leaky battery. I'll go up through the bottom. Line it up ever so carefully. Push with some vigor, but not. Whoa. Okay, it is now secure. And turn it on. Now this looks different. I'm not sure if it isn't a yellow screen. Okay, wait. Okay, so, interesting. I believe we have a yellow screen, and that means something. I will try to reseat this a little. If I can. And actually what that means is to wiggle it out a bit so it isn't quite as in there. I'll try again. No. We have a yellow screen. So that implies to me that this has issues. And unfortunately, when something has issues, they're usually not good issues. I will have to look up what that means. But, just to make sure that we have, what's going on here? That we have done no harm. I'll turn this on, and up it comes. And the workbench is loading. Now, somehow or another, in the midst of that, I seem to have popped out, maybe, this expansion thing at the end. And does it really matter if I get it in now? It does not. Would I like to? Yes. Why is this giving me a hard time? I think I'll just set it in there. So, this is still working, this is coming up. This has issues. Tragic. It's funny because, of course, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's something to do with the battery. Bad RAM? Something? Who knows? So, well, I can't see exactly. I really need to get hooked up to an Amiga monitor here. So, I'm going to wrap this in tape to hold the paper in place that I have not written on, but I will. Yellow screen. And I will put that up here. Now it's funny, I wish I could see better, but I can't, but it really still looks like it's telling me it has a megabyte of RAM, but that, see, the 8 and the 3, they're very close together. That's probably a 3. I will have to switch monitors. Alright, so, again, well, floppy drive dead, one memory thing working, maybe even the battery. One seeming to be troubled, but again, we have done no harm. And in fact, we might be on the way to sorting out what is wrong with that other Amiga board that was dead. Anyway, onward! We shall meet again. Please write to me, comments, questions. If you see something I'm doing that's really foolish, let me know. Bye for now.